Greetings, flesh creatures. It is I, Megatron. On behalf of TFYLP, I want to congratulate you for listening to the most refined collective podcast on this miserable little planet Earth. Yes. Here you'll find knowledgeable fans discussing every aspect of Transformers and beyond. Now, enjoy the show while I continue my path to complete conquest of all of you miserable biological entities. Predacons, terrorize!
Going live. Hi, welcome to TFYLP. We are live tonight. It is Wednesday, February 1st. What episode is it again?
A lot.
I lost it. It's a lot. Was it 5:15, I think? I think that's what it is. I was trying to check that. Anyway, I'm Lucas. I'm joined tonight by Rob.
Hello.
And Phil.
Hey there.
And Christian.
What up?
And Paul.
That's me.
So tonight I apologize for delaying our show to Wednesday night yet again. But mainly because, you know, we knew that there was a big announcement coming on Tuesday, so why why have the show right before we're gonna announce everything? So
well, we got a little extra bonus today.
We did.
Plus,
we got another batch of announcements. Crazy.
Plus, this way we can have our resident Hasbro expert Rob on, who to discuss all of his favorite Hasbro figures.
I usually don't know what's coming out anymore.
In Rob's mind, Hasbro makes knockoff Fans Toys products.
They make playthings for children.
Accurate.
I mean,
That's true.
yeah.
Yep.
I guess you're too good for that.
I am Buzz Lightyear.
Man, I'll tell you
Okay.
what.
Oh, took a sour turn.
I was just quoting Toy Story. Jesus.
All right then.
Oh, yeah.
Toy Story
yeah.
Jesus, the famous character.
Everybody knows him.
Jesus Christ.
Is that the
Action
penguin?
figure with walk-on-water action.
But yeah, so we're getting all kinds of crazy announcements even after the stream on Tuesday. Then we had a bunch of announcements that happened today. So yeah, it's all Transformers all the time.
Well, you know, they didn't want to... there was a collector stream, a fan stream. They didn't want to put the non-fan stuff in front of our faces yesterday, so they did it today. For the they did it for the kids.
Can I quickly talk about one of the toys that was revealed today?
I mean, I think we're going to talk about it in depth. So you can talk about it to whatever degree you like.
I just want to like, while this is fresh in my mind, there was a official reveal of an Optimus Primal with a Cheetor that turns into like a crossbow, and
That's Arrow Stripe.
Okay, Arrow Stripe.
That's a different dude, man.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a dude. So my whole thing was like, I was looking at that like, I swear I've seen this toy before. Like, is this a remold or something? Like, no, that toy was leaked 11 months ago, and just my brain had forgotten, that 11 months back we had already seen that thing. So part of me wonders, has some of this stuff been sitting in warehouses for nearly a year?
Well, I think we talked about this with our special guest this weekend. Was that right, Lucas?
But that hasn't come out to any of our viewers yet.
Right. So is it worth explaining, or
What? Well,
it's a good advertisement.
I will say yes. So next week we're going to have a special pre-recorded episode where we got to interview Ben Yee from Ben's Worlds of Transformers about all things Transformers and Hasbro and such. So check out next week. And we'll probably be putting that up for Monday night, just to let everyone know. So, and it was a pretty long episode as well. I think would we go over a couple hours?
2.5.
Oh, I don't know. I think if that guy plays his cards right, his website, might stick around a little bit. So, welcome him to the fandom and wish him luck, joining us. So, I think if he sticks with it, he'll do all right.
Does Ben know that Rick used to work for Hasbro?
I think he does. Yeah.
Okay.
So for the sake of you bringing it up, and for the fans that are like, waiting to know the answer to your question, let's just talk about it quick. What happened to this movie that's coming out this year?
It got delayed a year.
There's a movie coming out?
Yes, Rise of the Beast was supposed to come out, I think, last blockbuster season, right?
Last summer sometime, May, June, whatever.
Yeah. At some point they pushed it back. I remember if it was COVID. COVID had to play.
I think it was the backlog for editing because everybody had to get edited at the same time. That was, I think.
Okay. Well, whatever reason, they had plans. As we all know, media and toy releases do not match up very well. Typically, stuff like look at the Bumblebee movie. We're just now rounding out the Bumblebee movie cast. That movie's 5-6 years old. I mean, I don't know. So what? Typically, to get the toys out in time for the movie, they do they use like pre-visuals, or they make something that's not 100% accurate to the film, and that is what this Beast Alliance toy line how it kind of serves. It's like the kiddie line, and they sort of like worked with concept art pre-visuals that were close enough, sort of like what happened with movie 1, 2007. A lot of those toys, they made them before the final models were done, and so like they didn't even know Optimus Prime was going to have a sword when they made the first toy. So since they've pushed the movie back, like now they delayed that release, and all this stuff is actually coming out at the same time instead of like staggered. So like the Studio Series stuff is coming out at the same time as this kiddier line, or the mainline movie toys. So it actually is kind of a serendipitous thing that it happened this way.
All that to say, I don't think this stuff has been sitting since a year ago. I think they got a new production window. Probably test shots from when we saw it a year ago, but I don't think they've just been sitting in a warehouse since then. I think they hit a new window, and now they're coming out.
Yeah, that's possible. I also think it's possible that they did run the toys, but like didn't package them up and everything. So like they probably were sitting around to an extent, because once those ones that leaked out were like, can't really say if those were. They didn't look like test shots. They looked like the final toy. Now that we've seen them, so I have a feeling like once the the train has left the station, you can't really stop it. You can just sort of switch the tracks a little bit. So.
It just depends if they left the station by the delay or not, and I guess we don't know.
Well, it was only the Primal that leaked, so maybe it was just that one figure, potentially.
Maybe that was like the movie preview thing, and then they were able to cancel that release and everything else was coming later. I don't know. We probably won't know, but it's probably something like that.
We probably won't, because they would never want to, like... That's kind of secret sauce stuff from Hasbro. Yeah. Like they'll be just like, we always planned it this way.
We've just been around long enough to speculate.
But here they come.
Some accuracy. But here they come. Here they are. So let's start with Beast Alliance. We've got some new armor dudes combining with dudes we know. We got Battle Masters coming back, which is kind of cool. There's a gator one that I really like. There's a cheetah one that's like a switchblade. Pretty neat.
Here, I'll try and see if I can show them off here.
I do a Gatling gun.
Let me see here.
So
I don't know what is going on with my computer tonight. It seems like it's like...
They're gonna... The little dudes, packs of the little dudes.
2-pack.
Here, I'm gonna go back.
Greetings, flesh creatures. It is I,
Really press release stuff. They didn't like spend a lot of time explaining it, but yeah, if There's like 4 different size classes that are coming out here. Let's go small to like bigger. So it starts with there's the Christian. They are Beast Battle Masters. They are not
Beast Battle.
Beast Battle Masters. Just very, very important to know that. And those are the little animals that turn into weapons. They look a lot like Microns, from Micron Legend.
Armored Micron.
Arms Micron, yeah. That's what I thought when I saw them. But those are like $6. And then we saw Cheetor turns into a sword, and Rhinox turns into a Gatling gun, which is actually kind of, appropriate. And then there was other robots that had dudes that turn into weapons, but those come in 2 packs, and those are the Beast. Not. They have all these Beast something names, Beast Battlers or Beast
Alliance.
Well, if you look at the actual line, it's like Transformers: Rise of the Beast, Beast Alliance, Beastmaster Battles, or something. It's super ridiculous.
So many things.
The word beast is in it 3 freaking times. But so yeah, there's a Primal and an Optimus that are coming with. It's a 2-pack, and they come with a little very similar to the Beast Battle Masters, but they're not the same thing. I don't think they're the same thing.
And that's where we're getting the white snow leopard, whatever, that turns into the crossbow for Primal that was leaked, whereas head somehow the snow leopard's head becomes like the back of the crossbow, and it just looks excruciatingly painful. And then we get an Optimus Prime that comes with a wolf that turns into a chainsaw.
And that's Chainclaw is that character's name. And that's a G1 figure.
That's cool. I didn't see the names. That's great.
Well, they were listed in that article, but they didn't say which one was which or anything. But
so that was legit Cheetor and Rhinox. That's kind of weird, but all right.
Yeah, and the Crocodile, which is Skullcruncher.
Skullcruncher.
And so, okay, this was interesting. So Skullcruncher is a Beast Battle Master as well, but he's also one of the.
He's also the armor guy.
There's another Crocodile, and it's the same character. They're both Skullcruncher.
So my question for that guy appearing 2 places, is he in the movie?
Doubtful.
No.
I mean,
very much. No.
Why are you in 2 places, or is he just Revenge of the Fallen Springer?
Yeah, he's
one dude, but he's nothing.
Yeah, I mean, our last show was kind of about this, wasn't it? Like characters that aren't in the movie or something that could be or something. Will they ever make figures again of movie characters that aren't actually in the films? We talked about this recently.
Yeah, we did talk about it in, I think it was last week's episode, yeah.
So I think we are getting that in the form of these weird, beast partner dudes.
I'm
Who
happy
knows,
for
maybe
him.
they just have 1,000 different beast characters too.
Zaldron was saying our audio is choppy. Anyone, have we gotten better?
I think it's been a little bit better. I don't know what's going on with my computer today. I restarted, and I don't know if I need to do an update or whatever. I don't know. But I quit, my whatever internet browser, and so I think it's been a little bit better since then. Paul's been frozen the entire time. Your video,
nice.
Paul, your audio has been fine, but yeah, so I went ahead because I was going to show off some of the images, but for whatever reason my computer doesn't want to cooperate today.
Bummer.
We got Battle Masters, we got Armor Dudes. They showed off the transforming Bumblebee mask. I didn't know there was a Bumblebee one, but we've seen the Primal one before. That's pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Optimus Prime that turns into a blaster, which is all right.
Yeah.
I like the mask things. I think I've said it on the show before that I think that's a really clever thing. It combines 2 facets of play that haven't been before. You get to pretend to be the character, and then you can play with the character. I think that's a really cool gimmick. They're not going to be the greatest toys ever, but I still think it's neat.
I mean, I think for kids, I think it'll be cool.
I hope they like it.
I could see buying my kids that. Yeah.
Same with the finger puppet Transformers from Earthspark that are out right now. I like that it's a new way to play with Transformers.
I can see myself buying the mask to scare my kids.
That's an option.
Yeah, just hiding in the closet and after their bedtime with that Optimus Primal mask on.
And I think the last thing we saw was that bigger Bumblebee toy that has a bird exploding out of his chest. And I don't know what that is, but it freaked me out.
It looks like he's a cuckoo clock. It is Bumblebee with a triple changer. He's a car and a cuckoo clock and a robot.
Weird.
This was disappointing.
$50.
Well, there's a.
How many bucks?
Yeah, it's the big expensive toy.
$50. Yeah.
There's also, I think there's supposed to be a beast mode Optimus. So that was in a few like that beast mode Optimus Prime, beast mode Bumblebee had been thrown around. It's like, okay, are they going to turn into beasts in the movie? Now no, they're not. It's just the name of a type of toy now, so that sucks. So expect to have another giant Optimus with that same style.
I hope they at least do like a lion that comes out of his chest.
Are we not going to talk about the fact that Rhinox turns into cock and balls? Like, just straight up. Like, that's the only thing I took from all the reveals. I was like, holy shit, what is that?
What?
What are you talking about?
The Rhinox Gatling gun.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's shooting something.
Oh.
You didn't see it, Christian? No?
No.
I didn't think about it until Rob just said it too.
It's the only thing I
already said
saw.
it, I can't
I guess
see it.
Like a Gatling
I'm
gun.
3.
All right, man.
You silly goose.
If it's just me, it can be just me.
I think it's just you, man.
I trust me, it's not. I've seen Twitter.
So real quick,
In
I got the
Twitter
names.
in
It's all
general
over
or about
Twitter.
this figure?
About this figure. Like, I don't actually use Twitter, but I have there's a forum that isn't Transformer related, but it just has like a Transformer thread that I've been a part of for like 2 decades. But I read the Transformer thread on there, and Twitter stuff gets linked there time to time. And so, yeah, there's like somebody posting and just all kinds of people like, lol.
Well, just to wrap this part up, at least I think just want to get those names right. So yeah, Beast Battle Masters. Then there is the Beast, or just the Battle Changers. Those are just like the really simple robots that they're like authentics, kind of. But there was a Optimus, Bumblebee, and Rhinox, and the Optimus turns into that weird like tactical vehicle that the Smash Changer one turns into. So I don't know if that's actually, that'd be cool as shit if that's actually in the movie, but I don't know. Then the Beast Weaponizer 2-packs, which we talked about, and then the Beast Combiners. Those are the 4. Well, and if you count the Beast Mode guys, those are 5 different things.
It's a lot of stuff.
The Beast Combiners, they've done stuff like that before with the Cyberverse line, and these look a little bit better. So they're improving it. I will say the RC toy for the Combiner looks better than the Studio Series one, just as an action figure. Doesn't have like giant chunks of wheels hanging off her back.
One thing that was missing out of this, and I'm not sure what to think, is like that other line of what appear to be deluxes.
Mm-hmm.
Are they going to be under Beast? I would assume that they're going to be under Beast Alliance. Now it all kind of makes sense.
My guess too, but where were they if they are?
Maybe there's just literally a Rise of the Beast toys that don't have an extra Beast or 2 prefix on it.
Somehow their legacy Rise of the Beast. I don't know.
So there's going to be movie toys, but then also Beast Alliance? Like,
I don't know. I mean, I would assume that there's going to be like a deluxe or warrior scale class, or maybe they'll come up with a brand new name for it those few toys that we've seen. And I was expecting to see those revealed in this group of stuff, but we didn't get that.
Yeah, I've got a bit of a gripe with what Hasbro's doing with this, and it's minor. But Studio Series, they're pretty much putting all of the kind of collectors aimed movie toys under the Studio Series banner with this movie, which I understand, I get it. But the idea originally behind Studio Series was like, this is going to be as close to how the toys look like compared to their designs as possible. And, but it's going to be priced at mainline level toys. And I would say for the most part, they've been fairly successful with that until this line. And so you've got some fugly looking toys that I wouldn't say should get the Studio Series banner on them, especially some of the core class, which I get it. Core class is hard to do, but still, just, I don't know, figure something else out.
I'm going to disagree with you.
I also disagree with that.
No, I'm right.
I mean, this is a movie you haven't even seen yet, and you're trying to say that those toys don't look like them, and like
How could you
I'm saying
possibly know?
RC shouldn't have giant freaking wheel backpacks and cankles.
Dude, she's an $8 piece of shit toy. Like, it's okay.
Yeah, it's cool. That's what Core does.
I expect better of Hasbro.
And they wanted to be sure she could do that scene from the trailer where she's doing the skating thing. That's what that is.
I enjoy her design. I hope she gets a deluxe version that isn't a hunk of crap.
Why are you simping for RC, bro?
I like that design. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, the thing is, we just haven't gotten enough RCs lately, so.
Yeah, Paul, I just started thinking about what you mentioned. There is quite a few toys. At first, I was just thinking about Air Razor, but we've seen an Air Razor at Cheetor, a Nightbird Wheeljack. Anyone else I'm missing?
There might be a Mirage out there, but we haven't seen him.
Yeah.
It's enough for a wave.
That is. That's a wave.
Yeah. I mean, there will be Studio Series Mirage and Nightbird, and it's not the toys we've seen.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
So
am I still
hopefully
frozen?
Those guys show up somewhere. I like that.
You've been
it's a
frozen
weird
the whole
kind
time,
of
Paul.
hybridy thing.
I think I've been frozen. No, I'm not frozen.
No, you're
I'm not
okay at the moment. Yeah.
I'm not frozen on my screen.
You're not frozen to us
No, but
either.
on the YouTube feed, you're frozen.
Just on YouTube. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys. You can't see my beautiful mug.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I can't hear. I can try. Sometimes.
Don't bother. No one needs. No one needs to see me.
Yeah, you're right though. Those should have been around today. Either they're no. Nice.
There's just so much stuff coming out that they can't juggle it all. It's amazing.
I think it's nice that there's stuff again. I mean, for Bumblebee, there wasn't a bunch of stuff. I mean, they had Energon Igniters and some Legends class thing, and that was it.
Well, this really fits the way they did the Bumblebee movie. It's just that instead of it being the kiddie line when the movie comes out and then the Studio Series stuff afterwards, they're just able to do it kind of all together.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think it's because I think that was probably their original plan, because that's a pattern they've shown in the last movie. It makes sense they would just be like, let's template that and do it again. But the world said no.
I think B moved dates at one point too. Maybe that had something to do with its issues.
Yeah, I thought B moved from summer to December.
It did. You're right.
Something.
But they had also just started Studio Series at that point.
We got that terrible MPN Volkswagen B. Horrible toy.
Oh, that's pretty rough.
And the Studio Series Volkswagen B. Terrible toy. Don't buy that. It's one of our very early Microcasters episodes. Go back and watch it and see how much we hated it. We still hate it 4 years later.
There's a reason that toy's $100, Christian. It's not because it sucks.
No. If people want to go back and watch old episodes and give us likes and give us clicks, do it. Do it. Don't listen to Paul.
It's in our Facebook archive
Go
somewhere.
back and watch the episode and
go find it.
Opinion.
Go find it.
Spend your time.
I just wish I hadn't sold. I wish I hadn't sold all my Studio Series stuff back then. If I would have waited until now, right?
You did the opposite of snoozing.
Yeah.
Waking up too early.
Yeah.
If we all knew what price these toys were going to peak at, we would be in better financial shape than we are.
Right.
That was the stuff from today, which was not a fan stream. It just kind of was like, play. Here's an announcement. Here's all the pictures. But yesterday we did have a stream, and it was kind of cool. I enjoyed it. They ran through Studio Series stuff that they'd announced over the past couple weeks, and then they also showed Leader Scourge for the first time. He looks pretty cool. I think he looks a lot like the Witch King of Angmar. My Lord of the Rings friend disagrees with me, and she's wrong. But yeah, I think he's cool looking. And they showed off how
as an active Lotro player, which is Lord of the Rings Online, he does not look like the Witch King. Sorry.
They both got the face hole in their helmet. That's what I see.
They're both tall.
Giant face.
They both have hands. I mean, that's like
they're both.
Sauron and Shockwave are exactly the same guys. No difference at all.
The eyes are different colors. Rob. Is Alpha Trion Mythrander? Anyways. No, I kind of agree with you on that Christian, because yeah, it is the all black character, and then he's got the metal head and it's got kind of the jagged spikes. It's not exactly the same, but there's similarities there. There's that mask.
It's the big old face hole in the middle for me. That's what pulled it.
Exactly. Yeah. There's a lot of similarities to other mask characters. There's a little bit of Doctor Doom in the face.
Yeah.
There's who's the rapper that passed away fairly recently? The MF Doom, is that his name? So that very, very similar to that. I thought it had similarities to a Maximal symbol. It's Scourge, so there's some elements of Optimus Prime in it a little bit. So they definitely took from a lot of different influences, I'm sure.
You just danced around the fact that his face looks like Unicron.
I hadn't even thought about that till now, honestly.
Terrorcon symbol looks like Unicron, and they're all based around Unicron. And
weirdos.
I think he looks like, I don't know if you guys saw that, some artwork that came out of Optimus Prime fighting Scourge, and he's got like fire inside of him. And I think you can kind of see it in the trailer if you know what's coming. Seems like he's taking cues from the Fallen as well, but since they biffed that so bad by making him the villain
on the stream, actually.
They did?
They did, yeah. And they mentioned that he's got orange clear plastic for light piping and quite a bit of that toy. I don't think the pictures really show that much, but they mentioned that multiple times in the live stream. Apparently,
they really
working.
They really messed up making the Fallen the villain of the second film. Like some like.
Oh wait, did they mess things up in the first couple movies? Did they screw some things up, Paul? You mean they didn't get everything right?
Well,
the Fallen wasn't a good movie.
Luckily, by movie number 5, they had it all straightened out.
Everything great.
Wait, so Stanley Tucci is in this again, but he's not the same guy? Like, no.
That was weird. That was really weird.
Is he related to him? No.
They finally showed off Freezer's alt modes. He's got several. None of them look like anything, but he combines with Scourge. He's like a target master kind of. The main Studio Series designer guy, Sam, he posted on Instagram kind of about this character Freezer, and they said early on they found out he doesn't have an alt mode in the movie. So he is in the movie, he just doesn't transform. So it's some little gremlin dude that's hanging around, and they're like, well, he's in the Transformers lines, they're going to make him transform. So they did. And now he's this.
I mean,
it's like a gun emplacement that goes on the back of Scourge in vehicle mode, and then he can like be that gun emplacement not on Scourge, and then he's like a gun and another gun. It's weird. It's a weird guy.
I think it looks cool when attached to the back of Scourge.
I do too.
I think
that was the best mode.
Yeah. I don't know. My son, if I showed it to him, he'd probably be all over that thing. Especially for a core class toy, you'll be able to find it for like $6-7 probably around Christmas time. It'll be a neat stocking stuffer.
So another thing I've seen from like the 3 things I follow with Hasbro stuff. What do y'all think of the core class Grimlock? Because it looks pretty bad, but it looks like it's just a combine, and a lot of people are saying it's a small Dino King, basically.
Thanks for moving us over to Legacy, because that's where we're going next.
Well, I
heard core class. He's a core class.
Before we moved over to the Legacy stuff, I was a little surprised they even devoted any time to movie figures like on the stream. Like It doesn't seem like that happens very often.
Yeah, but this is the first time we've had a movie come out while they've been doing these.
True.
That's true.
True.
Yeah.
But, and then the other thing I'll say is like, I actually think all of the movie toys, like, actually look pretty good. Like, I thought the Air Razor, like the paint on it actually looked pretty good. I thought the Cheetor, like, actually looked pretty neat.
I really liked the Cheetor from the photos they released last week of him and the pre-orders and stuff. But then seeing him in actual light with actual people, I thought the finish looked really good on him. So I'm excited for that figure.
Yeah. So
I enjoy the designs. I enjoy the toys. I didn't pre-order any. I'll see if I eventually buy them. I probably will need to see the movie first, but I'm not a big movie toy guy in general. So it's or a big Beast Wars guy. So this is not my my shtick.
So Serge loves the movies. That was a childhood for him, and he also loves Beast stuff. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
So like, how is he handling this right now? Is he just exploding all over the wall? Right.
Who are you asking about, Rob?
Serge.
Who's that? Is that
as a guy we used to know?
Oh, he's very excited. I talked to him about it earlier in the week.
Is he popping off? Is he stoked? Is he hyped?
Is he hyped?
He's hyped. He's not popping off.
Okay. Hopefully he won't be too disappointed then.
Dude. Yeah, let's talk about legacy stuff, and yeah, let's start with that core Grimlock. Yeah, that's Dino King.
I wish it looked better.
I look that way of all those core class Dinobots. Like, I don't know. I'm really hoping because I don't know. I don't care that much about core class Dinobots. Like, I hope that the Dino King is going to be better when they
it'll be painted. It'll have different parts. It'll look nice, I think.
Do you think they'll do any gift sets either for Volcanicus or Dino King? Would Dino King be a select gift set?
I think that's more likely. Volcanicus, I think no gift set. I think Dino King maybe gift set, and I think Monstructor definitely gift set if it gets to that point.
Why do we think Dino King over Monstructor?
Less remolding. Dinosaurs are dinosaurs.
They're dinosaurs to start.
Oh, so
he doesn't stop them before. He just put them in different colors and ship
it. They seem to be putting a little bit more care than that lately into characters that are like that.
Yeah, but
not just straight repaints anymore.
I mean, the original Dino King toy was a repaint of Monstructor, and so the outer shells were dinosaurs, but the inner bots were the Monstructor inner bots.
Yeah.
What they've been doing with Pretenders, except Metalhawk, when we'll get to that, is integrating both modes. So I think that's kind of what we'll see with Dino King. And I think they'll release that sometime at the end of the year to do synergy with Deathsaurus. Kind of like we got Galaxy Shuttle at the end of the year to do synergy with Victory Saber.
I think they should do the shells, the fucking cowards. Man up.
Maybe they will.
Maybe they will. Maybe that's why it comes in a weird gift set.
If they do, I'll eat a hat. It'll be a nacho hat, but I'll eat it.
One thing about the Grimlock, Rob, like I was looking at the product photos, and I literally thought for a second it was the Robot Heroes thing from back in the day. Like the stance was the same. I was like, oh yeah, looks just like Robot Heroes. But just so everyone knows, the product photo of the dinosaur mode is very mistransformed, and it looks like he has a dump truck ass.
Yeah, he looks like my 2-year-old when he's running around with a full diaper.
Like I believe you, but like it would have been, I would have expected it anyways, because like we've had Grimlocks that look like that, transformed correctly. So I'm just skimming images. I'm like, well, that looks terrible. Next,
Grimlock.
Do you think the leg should be flipped over?
The tail is backwards.
Yeah, I see it now.
Another reason why we think Dino King is because Grimlock's the leg and the Tyrannosaurus, like the dinosaur types match up with the limbs.
That's not how Volcanicus works typically. So I think he's doing this for recognition.
Yeah, and if this is true, the 6th Dinobot, the Scar character, would turn into an Ankylosaurus, which
that's what I was about to ask. Yeah.
Yeah, and he didn't when he existed barely, but that was only because they hadn't gotten their dinosaur modes yet. He's a real dude. Was briefly.
What are you talking about? I'm completely lost. Like, you're talking about the
Dinobot?
What media is this that he existed in?
He was in one of those Flint Dille, Lego Ramondelli comics.
Is that vintage or is that something? Okay.
No,
so it's something newer and they got Flint to write it or contribute on it?
Newer from like 10 years ago, but yeah.
Yeah, that's basically yesterday, man.
Cool.
New is anything after 2000.
A third of my life ago, but that's all right.
Yeah.
Scar was the medic of the Dinobots when they were the DY-Nobots.
Okay, got it. Zeldron saying he was in Monstrosity.
Yeah, thank you. That one. All those Lego ones run together.
They did like a trilogy of books.
See that's a different topic. I hate that artist as an artist. He's a nice person. Terrible art. Anyway.
Yeah,
Scar's a real thing.
I keep waiting for them. I don't think we've ever seen like an official paddles. Like I know we've had some third-party conditions, but I kept thinking maybe that's where they didn't make it happen. But no.
I'm thinking paddles maybe if it exists, if it comes around, if he comes around or she. Can't remember. Either way, will be from the Studio Series Sludge. I think that's
if at all.
Right. Yeah.
That's pretty big toy to do for paddles.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go on a weird ass tangent here. Like the
tangent.
Coolest dinosaur thing I've ever seen in my entire life is they uncovered, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, an Ankylosaurus that had been just like, I forget what it was covered in, but like they've got like 66% of its body exactly how it looks, like not colored, but just like the thing that it got trapped in, like it didn't turn into bone. It just basically, they have like a casting of exactly what this animal looked like, a 3D model. It's so cool. No.
No DNA.
Yeah, no, I don't believe so. I'm sure Zaldron will be able to say in the chat there, but it is one of the coolest moments in terms of like dinosaurs. Like, how did they really look?
Did it have feathers?
Not from this. Yeah, a mummified Ankylosaurus is Zaldron is saying.
I bet Doron could tell us all about it. He loves dinosaurs.
Yeah,
Doron.
Yeah,
it's even less of a who than Surge is.
Correct.
So the other cores, Nemesis Prime and Thundercracker, they kind of almost did a shout out to Aaron Archer on Nemesis Prime. That was kind of cool. They're like, whoever came up with this color scheme is awesome. And they moved on. I was like, yeah, dude, that's Aaron Archer. He's amazing. And then Thundercracker's kind of cool because it has the really light blue from the show. Like, it's exactly that color. We haven't seen that on a larger toy yet, which is kind of cool. Well, I guess it's on the Masterpiece. Not on a larger Hasbro toy. Nice to see.
I thought that was a core class, the Thundercracker.
It is.
Yeah.
You said on a larger toy, I thought you said.
We haven't seen that color scheme on a larger toy.
Okay, and we still haven't. I thought you were saying like they finally did it.
Okay. No. He's saying they did it on the MP and they finally did it on a mainline toy.
Got it.
He also comes with the null rays, or I guess his aren't specifically null rays. He comes with his blasters, which means that Skywarp's omission of them is even more glaring because everyone else has them except him.
Well, here's the question. Is he going to have 2 of them?
Yes.
The photos only show 1.
It's not good.
You know what's glaring is
there's 2
about core class toys.
Is there? I would absolutely love it if there's only 1. Because that would just be so dumb.
I could see it.
I could definitely see it. Oh, wait, no. The back of the box shows 2. The rest of the product photos don't. I guess they got lost handing them over to the photographer. So you're spared this time, Hasbro. For now.
We wanted deluxes, which is what a lot of people care about. We had Shrapnel, Crosscut, Animated Prowl, and a new Junkion Crash Bar.
And was Shrapnel the only one that we had not seen before?
Correct.
Yeah.
We'd seen listings, we'd heard rumors, figured he was coming, but no leaks. Now let's start there. He's got a wide upper body.
Yeah, he does.
A wide dude. I think that's built for Chop Shop rather than Shrapnel, but
he's got chunky legs too.
Yeah.
Like I mean, I don't think he's skipping any days in the gym. I think he's hitting it all.
Yeah, he looks neat. Mark.
I mean, the original did not have skinny legs. Those are fat, chunky.
It looks perfectly fine.
It looks fine.
Yeah.
Mark posted later on his Instagram that the Decepticon symbol you see on the product photos is misplaced. It'll go down slightly lower. There's like a carve out in the chest for it to go. It'll go there. He was also really proud of matching the metallic silver paint to the metallic silver plastic. He said he got it 1-for-1, which is very rare. He was proud of that. So good job, Mark.
And now Bombshell, have we seen Bombshell?
Not yet. He's got a listing for later in the year, but not seen him yet.
This toy is awesome.
Like, we finally gave him back legs.
Well, as Eldron says too, Shrapnel is the only one to sell out on Pulse.
That is true as of this time, yes.
Which, I mean, it is an indicator, but it's also one of those things where it's like, it's not just on Pulse. So I'm sure Amazon is not sold out, and I doubt Target has them up.
It's a good indicator for sure, because like they have the same allotment for all 4 of those deluxes. Like, if they have 5,000, they have 5,000 of all 4 of them, and if only one of them goes, that's a good sign. The thing is that everyone that like was like, yeah, I don't need a kickback, you know, they're gonna be like, uh-oh.
It is still on Amazon, just FYI.
They're gonna do all 3 of them?
Yeah,
Yes, they're gonna do.
I mean, wait till Bombshell. Okay, once Bombshell is out, then they'll be like, oh, like heads will explode. Like there's no forethought, you know, in any of the
on the stream. Mark
and Kickback is still on Amazon too.
All of them. He was like, you know, just like the Seekers, when we do one, we've got to do them all. He was like, yeah, that's what he said. So,
and all the people that have been selling off Ransack for cheap because the Bumblebee Buzzworthy set. Once they start doing more of those guys, it's like, oh yeah, people want Ransack.
All 4 of them are on the poster.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. Y'all can't. I call foul on being like, oh, of course they're gonna make it. Look, there's even art. Like, we've been down that path before. Stuff that's like, oh, surely they're gonna finish the set, and they don't.
Well,
that has happened time and time again. Until it's in your hands, it could be canceled or changed. Until it's in your hands, I think it's okay for people to be doubtful. It's happened to.
If it's a repaint, it's probably going to happen.
I mean, we've seen
under this administration, it will happen.
Rob, I thought
ones, yeah, you're right. But since this has been going.
Well, it looks like Skype totally crashed now.
It's been done for a while now.
Hey guys, sorry, my Skype crashed.
Oh, we're not online?
So, hey, maybe it'll actually be better now that it crashed. I probably should have went left and came back. Like
now you're actually frozen for me.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's fucking Skype. They must need an update or something because it's been screwy like all 2023 for me.
I haven't had issues when I've joined. It's just been other people.
Know. I think you guys are actually better now on the stream, so we'll.
Are we live right now? Or
we are on stream?
No, the Skype crashed in the middle of the stream or whatever. So yeah.
Oh, Paul, you're unfrozen now.
Hey.
Yeah, you were unfrozen before, but it was pretty bad video quality. So anyway. So yeah, which one of the deluxe Insecticons is not essentially a repaint? Was it Venom?
It's Venom.
Venom really should be his own mold, but they'll probably figure something out.
So, he'll be a. I
mean, Venom could be
Titan's Return and Double Cross. You know, they're just going to keep using that Double Cross mold over and over again in some new way.
That'd be funny.
Yeah.
Rob, what do you think Venom could be? I want to hear.
But I would guess it'd be a kickback. You know, if anything, that it would just be a kickback because he's got the wings. I guess you could remold the legs and make them fold together or something instead. You know, a little differently. That seems like the easiest path.
You know what kind of makes even more sense than that, even though it would also suck, is probably the Waspinator mold. But I mean, they've already done that buzzsaw that's yellow. So, I mean, I kind of think that character and that mold like deserves its own upgrade because it's so unique. Like he's always been a cool, scary looking bot.
Yeah.
But they probably won't.
Before the show, we briefly touched on
bombshellish, maybe if they did like a front to back thing where they could do either or. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I could see if you added wings to Bombshell, that would probably be the closest to the cicada mold.
I mean, I think either way, you're going to have to do some remolding, at least a little bit, no matter what.
More than Kickback to Ransack was. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. And Barrage, Barrage is I would say significantly different than Bombshell. So that's another one that I hope.
I mean, they're all pretty different. We're squinting here to make any of them work.
Yeah,
but it's fine. We're used to it.
I wonder if they
right?
make a new one to make Venom and Barrage.
Well, that'd be cool if they made like a new one for Venom or whichever one, and then they make like a new purple and black, like a fourth Insecticon.
Oh, that would be sweet.
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
Just be like, here's Buzzballs. He's coming at you.
That'd be really cool. I kind of hope that happens.
Yeah.
They've done so much weird stuff with selects or like deep cuts. Like I could see like a 3-pack in like Diaclone colors or whatever it is.
I really hope that happens.
Well,
and I'd buy 2 because
and then like they also do the deluxe.
I just love how big
as well with the
eyes
4th.
got when you said that.
He was probably working on it. He was waiting to get there.
Yeah.
Well, the artwork on the box, they all are purple, black, and silver. I mean, it's like they're very small. It's like kind of it doesn't, but you can tell if they were like if it was, who's the other Beetle? Chop Shop.
Chop Shop.
Yeah.
Like he's red, but like the one that is Chop Shop is like it's like it's shrapnel colors on that bolt. I think it'd be cool just because it's always been weird that
if they release them that way.
Yeah, it'd be just like expanding the ranks of the Insecticons a bit. Be neat.
I need both colors. I wouldn't want purple and black over the other colors, but I'd be okay if they were both.
I mean, I could see that just because they, like tossing in new characters these days. So
yeah, every once in a while. Speaking of new characters, we got a new Junkion. That's Crash Bar. He's back to a motorcycle form factor, but not the dirt bike we've seen before. He's kind of more of a low rider looking guy.
He's a new
and he's
mold,
got facial hair that looks like Mark. I love that. What?
He's a new mold, right?
Yeah, he's a new mold, new guy.
Yeah.
100%.
I think it's cool that, I mean, again, I'm not buying them, but I do think it's cool that they've been just making new Junkions because this isn't the first one. It's like, hey, we can just make fun robots. The color scheme, and you just make it some sort of vehicle and make it kind of chunky and go to town. So I'm for it.
And they still do the break apart gimmick, but they do it a little bit differently than previously. Scrap Hook should be in our hands next week. We'll be able to say more about that then.
I didn't know they did that. I just assumed they were regular Transformers.
So like the previous 3 break apart dudes break apart in bot mode. These Junkions break apart in vehicle mode so that they still make a single form factor. And then they break apart and do the weapon things that way. We'll have to see how that works practically. But
if you look on the back of Crash Bar's
I see it now.
box, they have them connecting with they make a crazy vehicle.
Yeah.
It's kind of amazing that they pulled this off. It took them a few years of doing these weaponizer things to really make it sing, but they nailed it.
And isn't this the first time where you can transform from bot to vehicle without having to take it apart?
Yep.
Yeah, because everything else was
another one of the
parts
objectives.
formers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, doing that's good because the second you tell me it's a weaponizer, I immediately lose interest hard. But knowing that it's
Master Dominus is your favorite figure from last year, man.
What was Master Dominus? Oh, was that
Master
stupid
Dom.
fucking mammoth?
Yeah.
Oh man, I hoping to take a hammer to that thing so bad.
Dude, Wingfinger is pretty sweet.
Give it the finger.
I'm sad that we haven't gotten a repaint of that. I got one on sale to repaint myself. Anyway, next we got Crosscut, repainted skids with the appropriate head. seen it on Burnout. We shouldn't have seen it on Burnout, but we did. He looks cool. Apparently, people were surprised that he's a senator. They refer to him as Senator Crosscut a bunch in the stream. He is a senator, always has been. But people are like, when is that guy a senator? Always. He's cool. He's silver painted. Those red wheels look pretty slick to me. I know people were criticizing them, but I don't know. They've grown on me.
I think the red wheels look cool.
Yeah, I gotta say,
do you know who has red wheels?
He's like the most striking of all of them. Like he looks the most premium. Like Shrapnel is super awesome just because like we haven't gotten one that looks like that before, but just this looks like a neat transformer, even though that mold kind of sucks.
I think striking is a good adjective for him. Good use of that.
The silver and red pop.
Yeah, they do.
He's very Canadian.
Also true.
They silver.
Yeah, it's good to see him.
Red, not silver.
It's close enough, bro.
He's a repaint. We were expecting him, but it's good to see him anyway. Now I hope they move on to Skids and Screech and Reboost, please.
Reboost is fine, but Skids and Screech, why?
I think it would be cool on that mold. I bought 2 to repaint for myself. I'll take care of it. Don't worry. And the last deluxe was my favorite. I don't know about you guys, but it's Animated Prowl. I think that thing looks beautiful. Like, it's clearly not just Animated Prowl. It's like reimagined as G1, which is what they're doing with Prime.
Right.
But they've brought it in here. I think the translation's really good. I think the colors are really good. He's got the shuriken weapons that look amazing. I mean, this looks like just hit out of the park for me. I love him.
He's definitely chunkier. You know, he's a bit smaller, and like, I'm not saying that's good or bad. I'm just saying it is. You know.
Yeah.
And again, this is one of those, like, we have to remind ourselves. Animated was what, 2007? Didn't that come out at the same time, or 2008? Like, I'm like, we already have a toy that I think is probably better than that. We probably have 2 toys because he got a couple different versions. Because we got one with all the armor and stuff. Like, that's better than this toy. But then I'm like, that's actually 15 years old now, or at least a decade. I don't know exactly what year that toy came out, but it's like
2009, I think, early.
Yeah, so it's like it's been a while. They can do another one if they want. You know.
Yeah.
I just don't know that it holds any value to me because of that.
Does this one also come with a giant stoplight weapon?
It doesn't.
Okay.
I am sure that,
is that going to be
Matrix
upgrade?
Workshop or Shockwave Lab who make that.
Yeah.
I will say this: I was curious. I went to eBay and was looking at Legacy Ransack. There are 5,000 listing for upgrade parts for that thing. That is what you get flooded with. You know, like, and there's some of the figure sprinkled in there, but it's all upgrade parts for that thing. Why does Ransack have such a hot upgrade parts market? Is it because did Kickback really need them or something? And maybe they already had it and they could just color it differently. Yeah. So maybe you'll get upgrade parts for Deluxe Prowl here as well. Get you some stop signs. Maybe get you some battle armor.
I think if they did a battle armor, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
I think it looks really nice. I'm excited for him a lot. Definitely one of the highlights of the stream for me.
I still crack up that he's like his animated counterpart, whereas Shurikens are like the size of his forearms.
Well, they can't be sharp or small parts.
I get it. But it's still just like, as you imagine, it's like him holding it. If you had one of those in real life, you'd be like, oh, it's like you're just holding a hubcap. I mean, that's what it turns into, is the tire's hubcap. So yeah, it's comical when you suspend your disbelief.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Moving up to Voyager, we saw Metal Hawk and Twincast,
which they almost got to reveal to us. They missed it by like 24 hours. Maybe even not even that. Maybe like 20 hours is when the leaks hit.
It was their photos, though. Like, it was the promo photo.
Yeah.
So it's not quite the same. It's just like someone snuck a JPEG out somewhere downstream.
Twincast looks as expected, repainted blaster, but I think particularly that white-ish color, that off-white they use on his legs / the speakers and tape mode, I think they nailed that color. Like, what a weird thing to say about a not bright, vibrant color, but man, it's a cool looking off-white. I don't know.
It looks much better than the typical soap style plastic. It looks like an actual solid opaque white. Like I wish like the God Neptune was that color instead.
Yeah, Zaldron is saying that BBTS already sent out notifications of those arriving. So
they did. I got those today.
Wow.
How many are you about?
I was just trying to look up. Like even Pulse said, like they're coming very, very soon. I'm trying to see it. I don't know if it shows it on the app.
Huh.
How mad are people about eject being translucent or rewind? Sorry, being translucent.
Still mad.
Right, Rob.
I think it looks better than eject does. That black kind of hides the translucency a little bit more, but still not good.
Yeah, because most of us with the original toy are used to him being like a faded black, almost gray anyways.
I mean, we just expect that they're going to repackage these like with non-translucent colors, right?
Probably. Or they'll Studio Series rumble them.
Right.
So wait, you're saying TwinCast is like shipping now?
BBTS sent out notification that said pre-order arriving soon today, like processing the next few days soon.
Whoa! So it must have. That's like 4 months early.
Yeah, the people who look out for this sort of thing online said that cases of him and Metal Hawk had arrived in port. That's probably what BBTS was queued up on. So hey, your crap's here. We're sending it to you.
Amazon has them listed as June 1st. Yeah.
I'm a little surprised that TwinCast is in just the regular wave, and not a selects.
Yeah, it's a bit of a deep cut.
That's fair, yeah.
Not really. I mean, makes sense.
Sound Blaster was an exclusive twice.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Sound Blaster always would get released, right? But I don't know.
I would say Shattered Glass Blaster is like weirder than TwinCast at this point.
Yeah, and he was an exclusive.
Right. That's what I'm saying is the fact that this is a regular retail release and not like some type of exclusive or like selects or whatever.
All right, so Zaldron just mentioned something in the chat that is another toy that's arrived in the port that there's reports on, but was not announced yesterday.
He's saying Omega Sentinel. I don't know why you're holding us.
That would be wild. That if it just dropped.
It's supposed to be here by April.
Supposed to be here. I was really shocked to not have seen that yesterday. But perhaps they'll show it on Friday when they do the restock thing. They'll just be like, poof, here's another thing. Or they'll do Transformers Tuesday next week and it'll be there. I don't know.
Maybe it'll just be, hey, it's here and ready to ship instead of let's give you blue balls for a year and you forget you ordered this thing.
That'd be kind of cool.
April Fools. Here's a Mega Sentinel.
So yeah, if that's in port, that's a good sign. I guess we'll have that soon. But yeah, back to Twin.
I didn't know
he does have a new face. He's got a smirking face where the other two blasters don't. It's a new alternate piece. Mark should point that out.
One eye is bigger than the other. He's
I guess he's doing
yeah,
that thing.
I just feel like that's when you get your yearbook picture and you weren't quite ready yet, but they publish it anyways. You're like, ah!
If I had to give two small gripes about this figure, it's that the gun is black. It should be red.
Should be red.
Big effing deal. Who cares? It's fine. But the chest, they remolded the chest on Sound Blaster. It would have been nice if this was a 2-cassette chest.
I hadn't thought of that, but you're right.
I'm going to email my senator about this.
Senator
Is your Senator Crosscut?
Senator Rat
He's the senator that represents all the Transformers
district.
So I don't have this figure like the original mold, and I'm just looking through the pictures. They've molded one of his fingers sticking out. I'm sure that's his preferred gun holding hand, I guess.
No, it's the button press hand. Soundwave has it too.
It's more like he can press his balls because that's where his.
Oh,
it's funny because
Soundwave Blaster. My bad.
That's the wrong side. It's supposed to be on the left, not his right.
Well, no, it's It's on his chest down here. It's down in his crotch. It doesn't matter.
It's wrong. Okay.
Lasher doesn't have a
Masterpiece Soundwave. It's on his left.
Oh, Soundwave, yeah.
Yeah. It's the same deal. I guess Twincast doesn't matter, but yeah. But it does matter.
Other Voyager Metal Hawk. He's like the most accurate to the show Pretender we've gotten so far, but he doesn't bring in any of the Pretender shell elements at all. It looks nice.
If you've seen the BotCon toy, you might think that could be a bit of a plus.
Right.
Oh, yeah. God, forgot about that.
I actually had hoped that this figure would have a little bit more IDW in him with the skinny long wings.
Yeah.
But no, this looks good. This looks really good. It's like super accurate. The colors are nice, but I know the other Metal Hawk better than this one. Peter's probably going to shoot me for saying that, but
no, I'm with you on that, Christian. I also think like okay, yes, an accurate jet mode. That jet mode is stupid.
Yeah,
it's not great. It is literally a rectangle with like 3 little triangles. One for the nose, 2 for the wings. If you look at the back of the box,
Cyclonus, which is pretty interesting.
Look at the back of the box, and it's interesting because there the nose cone looks much better. And I think they've just, because the sword looks a little less stubby as well. I think they've stretched the image for the back of the box. And it's just most notable on the nose cone. It's really noticeable on the nose cone.
Well, it's a render on the back of the box. I think they had to change it. I think they actually had to modify it. It might have been too pokey or something.
Oh, Metal Hawk is not Jewish. Or he is Jewish. Or no, he's Christian. Which way? I can't remember which way it goes. Either way.
I'm Christian.
Are you saying he's been circumcised or not?
He's definitely been circumcised.
Okay.
That's how it is.
Yeah.
He got snipped.
I would have really appreciated if this.
What's up with you and penises tonight, Rob? Everything's a penis.
Weird. Stop it. I would have appreciated if this came with like a little human figure of Mr. Hawk. Like, I think that just would have been really cool. Because that's how he appears most of the time in the show. He's just, human guy. All right, hey, I'm Mr. Hawk. What's up? I think that would have been neat to have. Just a little dude. He's like, all right, I'm Hawk. Hey.
I wish the head had or you could pull it out and spin it around and get a human head on it. That
I think
looked
it'd be really cool.
Exactly like the Fun Pub one.
Exactly, like with the eyes going different directions.
Yeah.
So do you see any reason to hold on to your Titans Return Metal Hawk at this point?
I forgot that existed.
Yeah, because that toy is pretty awesome. You have more than one Metal Hawk.
I know, and I don't
Let's say you have like 50 Optimus Primes, yet somehow you can only have one Metal Hawk.
Well, because it is that trigger happy mold, which is freaking outstanding.
I forgot that thing existed.
I also forgot that existed. Dang.
I did too until yesterday. I was like looking up pictures of Metal Hawk toys. I was like, oh crap, that's cool looking, and I have it.
Yeah, I would say this one definitely looks way better. Although the Trigger Happy toy is a good toy. Like, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it's definitely a good toy.
This makes a dedicated Metal Hawk figure makes a better Metal Hawk. Who'd have thought?
Metal Hawk would be a good character collection because there's not too many, but there's the original's a little tough to get.
Yeah, there's 4 after this.
I think there's 4.
It is. I have it right there. I can see it. Is probably my favorite G1 box. Is G1 Metal Hawk because he's got a flap and he opens up and he's really cool. And not many of. I mean, I won't say none others do it, but I can't think of any. But Christian might know. Peter would probably know if there are any other ones that have a flap like that. But it's very cool.
Ooh, my name's Rob. I have an inbox Metal Hawk. Ooh, that's so cool.
I mean, I got it in 2008. Yeah, 2008, 2009 when I bought a lot of that Japanese crap.
Yeah, it is pretty cool, Phil, and you should respect.
Why did I not sound sincere when I said that?
What? I'm sorry if I sounded sarcastic. Maybe it's your problem with your ears. Jeez, I really respect that.
I mean, you can at least show it off. Like, I love how you're like, oh, it looks really cool. I could see it right in front of me, just right over there. Boy,
I'm just waiting now for this avalanche of toys to come down right in front of the camera.
I mean, it's just you can Google it and see it.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Rob, I do love your response there though, right? Because that is your response to everything. Like if I ask Rob a question about something, like how to do something, he will say, "Well, you can just Google it."
It's the fucking answer, man. If
such
you are
an IT answer,
it is because we get sick of it. Did we ever fix the podcast on the site? And I said by we, I mean you, because I totally threw in the towel.
Yeah,
we
did.
stuff.
But then I've been lazy and
good.
haven't put the podcast up for the last couple weeks because I've been busy.
So you mean it's still broken and you've been sweating away at it and just can't get it working? You're going to get it soon.
Yeah.
No, the broken link is Lucas now.
Yeah, but no, I had to redo the podcast feeds, like in the site and everything, and then it started working. Like I republished them on Apple and Google, and when I did that, then it started working again. So, but,
I think it's neat that they're doing.
Zaldron said it's months. It's pronounced months.
I mean, it's neat that they're doing Metal Hawk again. You know, one of those kind of deeper cuts, and like Jax is, he's like, "Hey, here's a dedicated." Well, wait, no, y'all said this is a Cyclonus remold, right?
Yeah, but it's a heavy,
it's a partial
remold.
Pretty extensive.
Pretty extensive.
Even the designer was like, it was almost like they drew straws of who had to go and redesign Cyclonus to Metal Hawk. He was like, "Oh, I bet you could take Cyclonus and make it a Metal Hawk," and they're like, "All right, but if you think you can do it, go have fun with that." Wait, what? Huh? No, help me.
But they did. Looks nice.
They did, yeah.
Is it one of those things?
I think it looks better than the Kingdom Cyclonus because I'm not a giant fan of the Kingdom Cyclonus toy.
But everyone loved that.
Well,
No,
everyone's
it's
wrong.
not Phil. Just
okay.
That's the one thing Phil was like rallying against. My question is it like one of those backwards remolds where like the front of Cyclonus is now I'm talking about the jet mode, because like the wings are swept the other direction, but in robot mode they're still the right way. So like is where the nose cone of Cyclonus was, is that now the back of the jet, and it's
or are you saying, does the nose cone of Metal Hawk come out of Cyclonus' ass?
Kind of. Yeah. Kind of like there's a third-party Cyclonus that's, I think, New Age made like 18 versions of, and then they turned it into the Manta Ray, and it's basically the backwards transformation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I haven't looked closely enough at the jet mode images, but I wouldn't be surprised.
No, I saw that too with the wings, and yeah, that is an interesting take there.
I gotta say, I don't love the jet mode much, but I mean, I looked at the G1 jet mode and I was like, it's better than that.
Yeah,
it is.
It's a Pretender transformation. It's awful.
Yeah, it's like, to Rob's point, it's just a rectangle. It's a rectangle with like wings and a nose cone that fold out.
Yeah, Pretenders are always going to be difficult, but I think they've been doing a good job.
The only thing that's weird about all these Pretenders is now they're like spanning all these different size classes and weird things, and it's like, is that like, I don't know.
That kills me.
Yeah,
Lucas, I think I told you that yesterday. That like I was really happy when Iguanas came out and they did Bomb Burst, and it's like, all right, yeah. And Iguanas came out at the same time as like Exosuit Spike, so like they're human scale. Okay, that makes sense. Pretenders at that scale, that makes a lot of sense. And then Skullgrin's Deluxe, oh crap, fine, whatever, I guess. Now there's like a Voyager Metal Hawk and there's a Voyager Bludgeon on the way. It's like, whatever, just be whatever size, I guess.
Voyager Bludgeon? Have we seen that?
No, it's later in the year listing.
Do we think it's a remold or?
Yeah, it's going to be a partial of Tarn.
Okay.
Alex Milne has made art of it, so.
I do not mind at all Metal Hawk being a different scale, because like he was never released in the U.S. as a Pretender, so it's one of those things that like that was not English on the box Rob just showed us. So
there's some English.
Oh, fine, whatever.
He's a very
dudes. Transform mode,
so that's good.
That's transform mode, English. Booyah.
But to my point is, he is a very standalone Pretender. When you have 3 Decepticon Pretenders and they're 2 different sizes, that seems more glaring.
I mean, his toy is very different. Like, none of them have a flip box. He has like heavy die cast, when at this point in the line, they pretty much were done with it, except for him for some reason, and he's this chunk of gold.
Yeah,
real gold. But he's always been kind of odd.
There was a Gundam that came out around the same time that was real similar color schemes, and I wonder if they were trying to play off of that. Yeah, because there's a gold and blue Gundam right around that same time. That's interesting.
So the last figure they showed off, there's other stuff, we'll get to that. The last figure they showed off yesterday was Leader Class Skyquake. This was another highlight for me. I think that really looks amazing.
Yeah.
He's got a sword, he's got the Gatling gun, he's based on the Prime Skyquake, but he's also based on the G1 Skyquake. To wit, Needle Nose can dock on top of Skyquake in jet modes, just like the Predators did.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. That was a pretty cool little feature.
I would be really shocked if G1 Skyquake didn't come out third. I think Dreadwing will come second, kind of towards the end of this year. And then we'll get a G1 Skyquake as a selects or a something. He'll be there. All of those crazy rainbow colors and no GPS. It'll be great.
If he wasn't leader class, I would say this would be like the next Siege Seeker mold in terms of just coming out over and over and over again. It's harder to do with leader class, but
they do selects that are leader class. So
I think Skyquake, G1 Skyquake is pretty likely. I think that'll, Dreadwing is for sure. Like, for sure that will happen.
All right, I want to argue with you. I don't think he makes a good G1 Skyquake. I'm not saying they won't do it, but I think Prime Skyquake, like that looks, I look at that and I can see, oh, that's totally homaging Prime Skyquake. Is it 100% from the screen? Not at all. But there's a lot of nods there. The color's right on. But I don't, other than it's a transformed plane robot, I don't see much similarity with G1 Skyquake at all.
Take a closer look at the wings. That's where I can really see it. It's got the turbine intakes like G1 Skyquake has.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see it more closely in the line art drawings from Mark's Instagram. He put that out as well. You can see it's inspired by Prime Skyquake and G1 toy. They're right next to each other. So I think on the wings you can see it, on the nose cone you can see it. It's not exactly him, but I think it looks a lot like him too. And if you put it in those rainbow colors, it'll come through.
And it's definitely not going to be the first time that we get a toy that's like, here you go, guys. It's close enough.
Yeah. Sure. And like I see what you're talking about in like some of the top of the plane detail. Like, yeah, I see that. But most people put their crap in robot mode, and there it just doesn't show up at all. Like I think they'd have to do a lot of rebuilding.
It still will look like him. Plus,
you don't have colors on it.
He's got the silhouette right. The skinny legs leading up to the wide upper body with wings. It's that shape that's different.
I think we just got a difference of opinion on here. I'm not saying they won't do it or can't do it. I just don't think it works.
It's definitely Prime Skyquake, but like what you're saying, Rob, is like you have like the alternative complaint to the people that like were pissed about Prime Bulkhead and RC and Knockout in this line. They're like, it doesn't look enough like the character. Yeah. Well, this one had sort of those ones didn't really have precedence with G1, but this one does with the old Skyquake toy, and they're more homaging slightly. It's just convenient that they're both named Skyquake and they were jets, so they like kind of molded them together, but it's definitely the Prime Skyquake. And I think it will look weird if they do. Like the robot mode will look weird if even with maybe the head sculpt will be enough, But I would like a Machine War Starscream out of that.
I think he's next most likely.
Next. I think he's the last
one for sure. G1 Skyquake pretty sure. Machine War Starscream maybe. King Atlas doubtful.
I just think it's kind of dumb to do Dreadwing because they're so exactly this. They're just recolors, But I think this mold will be in the Velocitron set in one of those weird decos. Because they need another leader. I don't know what else they would use or do.
I don't know. That Velocitron thing, like, who knows what's going on with that.
Oh, I'll make you a deal, Christian. If they do it in G1 colors and they give me the viewfinder, then okay, I'll be in. But without the viewfinder, just fuck off, man. Like, are you even trying? Are you even showing up to the game?
With the gimmick thing, it's almost guaranteed that it'll exist, and Needle Nose will be like Snare or something. And maybe those can show up in the Wreckers line if they do Wreckers 2, because those are Wreckers villains from Last Stand. Well, Snare's not really a villain. Anyway. But read Last Stand. It's good.
I need I need the viewfinder thingy, like that. You look in and you see a little image through it. I need that, or it just doesn't count. It's bad enough that it doesn't have the rotating missiles that can drop. So
if I gave the viewfinder, would it have to snap in half every time you used it?
I was waiting. I was like, "Is there a GPS joke in here?" Because that thing is
snapping action.
Like, I have that toy, and like I have, what do they call that subline of all the planes that all have that same
Predator?
Through the Predators.
Predators, yeah. Those guns, I have them all, but those are just like, please don't look at them too hard. They're just so bad. Yeah, it's just one of those toys you just don't touch anymore. Like like an Action Master Wheeljack, like his car or whatever. You stay away from that. There's a lot of those you should stay away from.
Pyro. But to Paul's point, I really would like to see that Machine War Starscream. That just the black and the blue and green, gray color, like that.
Who doesn't like a black?
That whole colorway looks amazing. So I hope that comes out.
I prefer King Atlas myself. I don't know. It's just me.
I like King Atlas a lot too. I'm attached to him. I had him as a kid, so I'm like attached to him.
Oh, that hurts.
That may be something where I...
Doesn't that hurt?
Yeah, that's awful. It's supposed to be Die Atlas. It's a piece of shit.
Oh, no, I just meant hurt that
I'm
he's
10
like...
years younger than you.
I had King Atlas as a kid, and I'm just like, oh, God.
I'm 10 years younger than you guys. It just happened that way.
I was
Not
like
my fault.
through college at that point.
I was in
me too.
middle school. Yeah.
Oh,
I didn't even know that
The
it
toy sucks,
existed
too.
when it came out.
Okay, guys. I like King Atlas.
That's fine. I'm just saying it hurt me
Get it out
because
of
of the age. I don't like being reminded of how close to death I am all the time.
I've known you since I was 13. Like that's how long I've known you.
Really?
Yeah.
This has actually just been so like creepy.
When did we
grooming
first
thing,
meet?
But it's not sexual. It's just
Online in
you to be a bigger
2005 after
nerd.
BotCon.
Damn.
You and I
man.
were on the club boards together.
So much of our lives
yeah.
have been wasted on this shit, Rob.
What are you talking about? The true toys were the friends we made along the way.
I think I met you in
Playthings to
person
you?
when I was 16, 17.
Okay, that makes more sense then, because like I don't remember seeing you.
Is that
Oh,
2010?
person, yeah.
I don't know. It all runs together. I don't remember when I met
It
anyone.
was 2010. I was 18. Anyway, yeah, I've known you for like half my life.
And now you have a
Hey,
mortgage.
at one point I was Serge's father.
That's true. So the new thing they did on the stream, which Star Wars has been doing for a bit, and it's been crappy that Star Wars does it. Well, it's not crappy that they do it. It's crappy how they do it, because Star Wars fan streams are crappy how it's crappy. Anyway, pipeline reveals. So we know what's coming. They didn't show figures, but they showed who's on the way.
So they're beating the leak lists.
It's
Yeah.
about
Beating the
time.
leak list.
Yeah.
So
They truly have needed to do this for a while.
And
So
G.I. Joe has been doing this for like a year as well.
when you say pipeline, are y'all talking about those images we saw where it's just some art?
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Because they're just telling you who's coming, but they're not ready to show the molds yet.
Well,
Got it.
spoiler alert, all they did was tell you what the next wave is, which is
Yes.
great. And
That's
especially,
Yeah.
the best part about it is they didn't call it Junkion 3. They told you what
No,
the
they gave
name
him a
of it.
name.
Yes,
David
thank you.
Axelrod?
His name is Axel Grease.
Oh, Axel Grease.
Her name. Its name. Their name. Yeah, we've been messing around with Junkion 2 for like 2 months since that thing leaked, and now finally it has a name, Crash Bar.
Well,
So the
and
next
then,
wave is Axel Grease, Beachcomber, DevCon. Who am I missing? I missed one.
Tarantulas.
Oh, Repack Tarantulas.
There's a Leo Prime.
And
There's a Armada Megatron. There's a Dirge.
Armada Megatron Leader and Voyager Nemesis Leo Prime.
So a reissue, a repaint on the Voyager side.
What do we think Armada Megatron is? Is that a remold or is that all new?
That's a new mold.
I always thought that was a
That'll
cool
be-
mold. And he's got a chunky design. He's real easy to do and make look good. So.
Yeah, I think it'll look great.
I despise H-Tanks.
Maybe they don't like you either.
That's fine.
I bet in a fight between you and an H-Tank, an H-Tank would win.
It'd be quick.
Yeah, it needs an upgrade. The last time they did Leader, they did that Armada Megatron wasn't so great. I mean,
Yeah,
at least
it was
the
fine.
treads moved. That was cool.
Yeah. It
did.
Let's not throw it all under the bus. But
Had a
I
good head
didn't think it
sculpt
was
back in
horrible,
Combiner Wars.
but Yeah, come on.
I remember people liking it. And doesn't that the Armada repaint of that go for a lot? Isn't it? Or am I crossing my wires?
That's the one I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah, like it. Like I feel like
I
I felt like it was pretty expensive, but
Really?
I could be wrong.
I got it on clearance back in the day.
One of those.
Well, yeah,
One
but
of
I
those.
mean,
Well, that's the price forever.
That's
then,
what
right?
happens.
It was
right.
clearance, so that's what it's
I don't
worth.
look up the price of my
Okay,
figures.
it is not expensive. Never mind, guys. It is not.
The
Because
Japanese one was expensive because it was a special release in Japan, and it is slightly different.
Oh, maybe that's what it is.
That was like it was
That's
at Chosen Prime's booth for like a whole year and a half, and it was always $90. I was like, oh, do you think I can talk them down? I just want one of them. I never got it.
Did they ever make them in Galvatron colors?
They did not. Not since Armada. I suspect this one will come out because they always need to repaint their leaders.
Yeah.
Well, it'd be better than just repacking it, like all the other. Because there's going to be 3 repacks this year. There's going to be Laser Prime, Transmetal Megatron, which that got a really small release, so I think that's a good move to do that.
That would make sense.
That one's coming with Skyquake, and then Blitzwing is coming out too. So it's like,
yeah.
Do you think they do Galvatron or they do the Silver Megatron like they did in Combiner Wars?
I would think they would do Galvatron.
I think they do Galvatron and then maybe Megazeric.
Interesting.
Yeah, because if they just do Galvatron, it's no remold; it's just repaint, recolor.
Megazeric as well.
Of the pipelines, the thing that interests me most was DEF CON, just because, anytime there's a G1 character that never got a figure, and yes, there's the Fun Pub figure, but he's got that terrible head sculpt. It's all like squished.
See Fun Pub Metal Hawk for reference.
Yeah, and like, other than the face that was totally ruined, like it's you work with what you got, right? This looks like maybe it's a new figure.
I would hope it's a new mold.
Yeah,
because
if so, that could be pretty interesting.
There was all of like the theories that he was going to be a remold of Scourge, of Studio Series Scourge, but that's a Voyager scale toy. So this, once they like shrink his mold, which is not impossible, we're still the engineering. This should be pretty new.
I'm sure you got people like Peter that still want the OTFCC Mirage repaint or whatever it was.
Give it to me.
I'll take whatever this ends up being instead.
The final pipeline reveal was kind of weird. It got tossed in there at the very last second, but they're doing whatever amounts to a classic Optimus Deco on the Holiday Prime mold.
Yeah. Volvo Prime.
Which I guess is red and whatever, but like...
I was kind of surprised that they didn't announce doing a G2 Optimus Prime, like that version of that mold or whatever.
It still could be. They weren't like 100% accurate.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, it was odd. I wonder if that was Project Bear or if that's something else. I have no idea.
I don't know. I mean, it's not like the sound quality was great that you could hear crystal clear.
It's fine.
The sound quality on their live stream sucked. One microphone in like the middle of 4 people.
Well,
like half the time the guys weren't talking towards the microphone at all.
As I say, I feel like I can't criticize too much with it's not like we have impeccable sound quality here. But I completely agree.
On average, our sound quality was better than theirs.
It's weird to me. It seemed like that they like built out that studio, but then didn't actually have any thought as to like the audio quality.
How to mic it up.
Yeah,
maybe they were down a guy. Maybe the boom guy called in sick that day. I don't know.
Maybe.
It was rough. You're right, Phil. But it's like, let's throw them a bone. They actually gave us some good content.
They did. I'm just like other things they've done from that room have sounded a lot better.
I thought it was a good event though. Like Paul said, that was a solid 35 minutes or so of new stuff. It was great.
Did we even talk about the core? We didn't talk about Nemesis Prime. Just he's coming with the axe now. We did.
I didn't mention the axe.
In the
I mentioned
core
the
class
archer piece.
Chugster piece.
Well, it's also nice that they did a pretty long stream, but it didn't include like a bunch of like stupid mobile games and whatever, like
that's true.
just random crap that they like padded out by 20 minutes that they actually were like having to go pretty fast and furious, like instead of only revealing like 2 or 3 toys and we've already seen all of them. It's there's actually a couple surprises to this.
If this was I didn't watch it. I didn't even know what was happening. But if this was like a 30-minute thing, 35-minute thing, that's a lot to reveal.
Yeah, it was like 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. They were going to, particularly in the beginning with Studio Series stuff, they were really, really burning through it.
Yeah.
I'd already seen everybody but Scourge, so that made sense. But like they were really burning through it.
I thought it may have even been a pre-record because they were not like pausing to chuckle at like things from the chat or anything like that. It was just like, here's Cheetor, okay, cool. Here's Air Razor, oh, that's a neat toy. Here's it was like boom, 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 rapid fire deal.
I got to get to lunch. Let's go.
Yeah, the Legacy thing did slow up a bit, but it was still a good clip.
Yeah. Here's your mom.
Mom works for Hasbro? Why didn't she give me a corporate discount?
Dude, right?
Seriously, hook me up.
Don't tell Rick. He'll make her scour that employee store.
Ask your mom if anyone still remembers me.
So a good stream. A lot of fun was had by all.
Good healthy
stream.
Good
toys coming.
Good flow.
Guys. And we got the pipeline reveals, which I think was a really good thing, and I hope they continue to do that. I think that helps a lot of the people, not us, because we're really up to date on all the leaks and stuff. But I think it really helps the people you mentioned earlier, Phil, on the they're never going to make shrapnel, so I don't need kickback. Like those guys. At least they get a little bit of a heads up, so like have some reassurance that their characters are coming.
I had said this in previous episodes. Like you said, Christian, this is something that they do for Star Wars. They do this for G.I. Joe. Why have they not done it yet for Transformers? I don't, at this point, I don't care. Now they're doing it for us. Thank you. Because we get these leak lists. A lot of this information is already out there. And now we get confirmation. And now it's like, all right, cool. Beachcomber. All right. I get a new deluxe size Beachcomber. I'm stoked for that.
Me too. I think it'll be good.
I just noticed the TF Wiki has them listed as size class TBD because they didn't say so.
Oh, I guess they didn't say so, did they?
Yeah, but
okay, what I said was correct.
Correct. What you did say was correct.
I think it's just them realizing, listen, this information's already out there. Why are we not controlling this a little bit more?
Yeah, I think it's hard to keep up with pipeline reveals because like. So what do they show next time? They're gonna, they would show like, oh,
it'll be them plus the next wave of pipeline.
Yeah, like I just saying, I think that's hard to keep up. I bet, and there's probably sometimes where like they don't want to show you a cartoon image; they would rather show you the thing, as your first view of it or whatever. Which, again, that's just hard to do. Period. Anymore, because stuff leaks.
But it's at least nice to have them announce it before it leaks.
Yeah. It's the right thing to do. It's good. It kind of feels more like the BotCon. The panel reveals at BotCon was like the best hour of the whole year, and I know that's kind of pathetic to say, but like it was so fun. It was so fun to see that stuff. Just even though it wasn't finished, it's just cool to like. We didn't get as much information as quickly as we used to back then, but that's what it felt like when they finally did that.
I mean, they were all over the map with those two. Some years we didn't get crap because they were saving it for San Diego Comic-Con, which just pissed everyone off to no end.
Well, that's how it got. After the movies, when Transformers became like a big effing deal. That's it started diminishing. But like 2006 was the year the classics came out. God, that was awesome. That was like it was just a sweaty crazy fest in that room when they revealed that
first
stuff.
Cosmos kerfuffle.
And I remember at BotCon 2015 when they showed Skylinks, some dude stood up and yells, "It's fucking Skylinks!" I'll never forget that.
Yeah, no, that's the only BotCon I've been to, and yeah, the hype when they showed off that Skylinks was legit, and now it's like, that toy sucks. It doesn't suck, but it's just
My friend AJ went with me to 2007, and that was the year they revealed animated. And he has this, his recounting of, I made him sit next to me in the panel room. We had to wait like 30 minutes to get in there. And when they showed animated Grimlock, I think it wasn't even the toy, it was just like a graphic. He said he felt the pressure in the room change because everyone went at the same time.
That's a sweet toy, man.
It is, and we had never seen animated before, so we're all blown away. Anyways, point being, it's good. It's hype building, and yeah, you're in control of the narrative as much as you can at that point, and you don't look like you got your tail between your legs next time. So
yeah, I
applaud it, and I hope they keep doing it.
Well,
I was actually surprised they showed as many as they did. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. What G.I. Joe has been doing is G.I. Joe does it in like 3 phases. The G.I. Joe line has said, here's the list of figures that we're coming out with in the next, 6 months. And then like another couple live streams later, it's like, all right, like today there was a boatload of digital renders that came out for G.I. Joe Classified. And, and then what we'll probably get is in a live stream like 3 months from now is we'll see the actual like pre-production samples and be able to order it. I don't think Star Wars does it quite like that. I think they just say, hey, here's the toys that are coming out, and then once it's ready, they show it. But I mean, I don't know if just G.I. Joe being a smaller brand for them, they feel they can test some of this stuff. But I really like the way they do it with G.I. Joe, and the fact they're doing it more with Transformers is fun. And we're getting a trouble bubble for G.I. Joe. A fucking trouble bubble.
That is pretty cool. That's iconic. That vehicle.
It is, man.
Even I like that.
Yeah. I'm also still impressed with our Transformers presenters. They are still energetic, happy to be there, informed. I've mentioned briefly that I watched a Star Wars stream today, and they just looked like sad and bored and deflated.
What did they reveal? Like 3 toys?
It was like scripted. It was so bad.
It was bad.
I think it just shows
fast forward because they got the time wrong on Facebook.
I think the teams don't, it's a job for them, so they're not, like, I don't think the Transformers team is like, oh, let's study what the Star Wars team did on their stream and stuff like that. Like, maybe they talk a little bit, but, like, they are in different departments. They're not all, like, singing Kumbaya at lunch, so.
It's a job.
Yeah, so
that doesn't mean they don't like it and they're not into it, but it is a job.
Yeah, someone might have said, like, on the G.I. Joe team, something like, hey, we're doing this previs thing. We kind of show people a few things, and the Transformer team might have caught wind of it finally, and been like, well, why don't we try that? It's something simple. It's not like they weren't stopped from doing that. They probably it wasn't on their radar.
They just weren't. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say one of the biggest differences with the Star Wars live streams is that the marketing guy is really driving that more than the designers are. And so, you get his sort of, just marketing, just kind of generic energy versus, with Marvel Legends and Transformers where the designers are talking more, you get their like legit, genuine excitement for this thing that they helped create. Like, and Star Wars is tough because Star Wars is like, hey, here's a new ARC clone trooper that we just slapped a new paint job on from a toy you already got before. So it's kind of maybe harder for them to get excited about some of this because it is so much repaints versus Marvel Legends. Well, still repaints. Like, I think those designers and even the marketing guys get genuinely excited for that.
I still think Transformers has got to be where it's at Hasbro. As far
so
as
much to do.
Being on the team, like, you got a movie coming out this year. Like, it's got to feel really good. Like, you're going to be the flagship brand for the company for this year. Because, like, Star Wars is in a rut right now. Yeah. Like, all around, except for Andor was amazing, but, like, still, it's not like a marketable show in a way. It's just
as
like
a toy line, it's in a little bit of a rut.
Right.
Well, and
the franchise isn't. Yeah, it's not having its best day.
No, the franchise, like,
it's making plenty of money. I don't think they're worried, but it's...
Yeah, Andor is one of the best shows of 2022. You got a new season of Mandalorian coming in a month. Like, they're just because we're in like a 3-week lull.
Streaming.
It's the movies. The movies killed it.
I feel like the TV shows hit major fatigue. Like, just kind of got tired of them. Like we haven't watched Endo whatever yet. Like we're going to at some point.
You're wrong.
It's
Like
really
I said,
good.
we're going to, but like didn't watch Obi-Wan either, which I've heard is pretty good. At least the last few episodes are really cool. Apparently, Boba Fett, we watched 2 episodes and just kind of noped out. It was really boring. Like I didn't hate it. It was just I'd rather watch something else.
Yeah,
It
Andor
was,
slowly pick up. Get to
Boba Fett
Somebody
was
told us
fine.
just to literally skip to the end of Boba Fett and watch like the last 2 episodes. They're like, screw the
Yeah.
rest. Just what you can catch up. You'll figure it out. You'll be fine.
Well, it's
Second to last or
Mandalorian
third to
content,
last.
so
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say. The second to
Yeah.
last or third to last episode of Boba Fett is basically an episode of Mandalorian, and then it gets really cool. And then like it's Mandalorian and Boba Fett teaming up, and
Okay, I can be down for that.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Well, there you go.
It was really
Zaldron
good.
did bring it up. Like I don't think we got a ton of time to talk about it, but the next drop of Transformers Earthspark coming in a month. I'm excited. That
Yes.
looks really
That was
cool.
also announced today.
that was a surprise. That was a nice.
Yeah.
That was a
We're
nice surprise.
We're getting that's what I'm saying. Like Transformers got so much shit going on. It's wild. Like
Yeah.
Also announced today, we are getting a new trailer for Rise of the Bests at the Super Bowl.
There you go.
I expected that.
Yeah,
what Chiefs-
it's nice to hear for sure.
I'll be making some bread. Let it
Rise
rise.
of the bread. There you go.
I'll be cheering for
Yeah.
the Chiefs so I can have some money to buy some more toys.
There you go. Good man, Phil. Put your money on
Yeah.
the
So-
right team.
but before we head out, what do y'all think was the best Beast Alliance Beast Battlemaster Beast mode?
The Croc.
I'm done. I just wanted to make that dumb alliteration joke.
Balls.
Right. The Rhino.
Rhino
Gatling gun.
balls.
I know penis. Because of rhino mating. That's
You'll think about that forever now. Every time you look at that toy.
Yeah,
So,
I will.
I'll think about Rhino's penis and Rob, and that'll be forever seared in my mind.
At least I'll have a way to always remember Rob. Not that I would ever forget you, but it'll be on my shelf. And be like, that's Rob. All right.
Rhino wins.
Yeah, Zaldron does make a good point. Is Primal with Megatron armor?
I thought about that too.
Yeah.
Well, that's why it was so weird to me. They called him Skull Cruncher, which makes sense, but that.
The Skullcruncher was never an organic green alligator. Megatron was.
Yeah, it's notoriously that's a Megatron thing. In Beast.
Yeah.
I'm going to get one of those to hang out with my Titans Return Croc as Gatorator.
Well, there's
I do
two
hope
of
we
those.
see some of those selects things coming soon. The Omega Sentinel we brought up. There's some others that Paul and I sleuthed out that we'd like to tell you about, but probably won't for now.
We'd have to tell you.
I mean,
We
there's
probably
all-
would.
There's all sorts of stuff we could talk about, but what's the point?
Yeah, no point to do it yet, but
Like,
There'll be a
I've said,
reveal
Tom
later,
Crystal
which will be a
Tulsi,
good time to talk about it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
no
think
no
we'll
one
probably
believes
do
me when I tell them early anyway, so who cares?
I
Yeah.
always believe you.
Oh, Paul.
Omega Doom. When's that coming, Paul?
Never.
Well, yeah, that was wrong. That was obvious. I was wrong. I was trying to will that into existence. It seemed like it made sense.
You're not me, Paul. You can't just will stuff into existence. I'm the one who does that.
I can
When are we
predict
getting more
the
box office?
studio series numbers though, to a T. I'm pretty good at that.
Oh, right. Which one are we missing? 94?
94.
Cool.
It might be that Hatchet.
Oh, that's a good point. It
It might
probably is.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah,
Who's
that hasn't
Hatchet?
been revealed yet either. So I guess we'll talk about all these crazy exclusives when they do exclusive day. We got Walmart Collector Con coming up March 16th and 18th. 16th to 18th. That's kind of weird.
That's a long time.
It is, but we'll have stuff for them. Target will probably have stuff in the next couple of weeks. Selection probably have stuff in the next couple of weeks. We'll find out. We'll talk
Actually,
to
we're
you
going
then
to talk
them.
about it after the show when all you filthy casuals can't listen because we're
Yeah,
cool like that,
yeah.
and you're not.
But we'll talk to you casuals. You're not casuals. You're our loving viewers. We'll talk to you loving viewers about it. in a
Please
couple
hit that
weeks
like
when
and
they get revealed.
subscribe.
I mean, that'd be nice, but
There you go. Yeah.
Every subscribe you smash means we can smash Phil's face in.
Oh, wait, what? I didn't agree to that.
ooh,
We didn't
Oh,
ask
Shit,
you.
you know where I live.
So again, join us next week for our over 2-hour interview with Ben Yee. It's a lot of fun. So we'll be That should be up Monday night as well.
And if you have questions for them, send them in. We've already done the interview, but just please waste your time.
Right? I'm sure we could probably coordinate if there are questions or things they didn't bring up. I'm sure that you'd be more than happy to respond.
Here's a selling point: Ben does 90% of the talking, not us.
Yeah,
that is true.
So, is there a book club this week? Zaldron didn't mention anything about it.
They're like right at the end of Lost Light, right?
Is it finally over?
No,
they've read everything.
They're getting close.
No, they're
moving on to manga next.
3 or whatever. Yeah.
Are you serious? I was gonna make a joke like they're gonna have to move to the Japanese manga.
That's what Zaldron told us last week.
Oh my god!
And I held up this. I was like, "Do you mean this stuff?" And he said yes, but he could just mean in general some sort of G1 manga. It could be anything.
He's got
a 23 and 24.
Oh, there you go. Lost Light 23 and 24. So check out Book Club on the TF Talk Discord on Sunday nights at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. So, and I guess
and Book Club is going super anti-sports. They're going to do Lost Light 25 on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, so they can talk about Rise of the Beast trailer release.
So, I'm definitely not tuning in for that one during the Super Bowl. So, anyway.
It sounds like we are slamming Book Club. We love you guys. Sorry.
Book Club is 800 times better than sports ball.
Yeah.
Screw sports ball.
Yes, but I can't make money off of Book Club.
Anyway. All right. Well, thank you guys for
several
joining
outstanding
us.
wagers.
Thank you for everyone in the chat. Thanks to Zaldron and Ron, I think, and Daniel, I think, earlier as well. Or I'm sorry, David, not Daniel. Apologies.
Can I give a shout out to the Discord? Like, I'm always like, hey, I'm going to post this in the Discord. And, like, by the time I get there, like, everything has been posted. And I'm like, oh, damn.
Yeah, like, they're on it.
It's becoming my source. It's very good. Thanks, guys. I love it.
Check out our Discord, by the way. There's more than just the Book Club. Please don't feel like the Discord is just Book Club. There's a ton of stuff in there. You will get information very, very fast.
Listen, everyone listening is already on the Discord, bro.
Yeah,
dude, there's people who might listen to this once Lucas actually puts this up on Apple Podcasts.
That's true.
Yeah, 3 months from now.
Hey, Swift still exists in the Discord. He doesn't come on the show anymore, but he's still there.
He would come on the show if we asked him to. We said, hey, we can talk about Beast Wars. Come on. And he would say, okay, sure.
Sure enough.
We still need to get Anton on the show.
Right?
I don't think that'll ever happen.
Yeah. So we could do it live from, TFCon, right?
That's the closest.
How many years have we said that?
Right.
Live from the booth.
Right.
I think I only did it live from TFCon once, and that was because Duran made it happen. And that was like around at the beginning.
There that year.
We have a picture of us all, and there was one. It was the year I bought Grandis. I don't know if you were there or not. I can't remember.
Yeah, Christian.
Okay, then we've done it from TFCon twice.
Oh, okay. Was there another time? Okay.
Yeah,
we did it in Chicago that Grandis time, then we did it in.
I remember we tried one in a hotel room, but I thought it didn't work.
It did work.
Okay, I thought. Okay, never mind.
It just cost us. It just cost us.
We'll be live again later. We'll see you guys later.
Yeah. So anyway, all right. Well, thank you guys, and we will see you. Actually, I guess 2 weeks because pre-record next week. So anyway.
But you'll see us next week.
Yeah. Right.
That's true. Bye.
Bye.